On April 11, 1865, Jefferson Davis, the President of the Confederate States of America, and his cabinet rolled into the train station at Greensboro that once stood near where we are now. He soon found lodging and set up makeshift offices in several of the surrounding residences. Over the course of the next several days, he held a series of meetings with his cabinet members during which the Confederate government made its final decisions. On April 12, 1865, 3 days after Robert E. Lee surrendered at Appomattox Courthouse, Davis and his cabinet sat down with Generals Beauregard and Johnston to discuss what the remaining army and the government should do next. According to those present, Davis seemed to be acting strangely throughout the meeting. He had become delusional about the state of the Confederacy. He argued that the troops could be rallied, and the strongest army the Confederacy had ever raised would be fielded here in North Carolina. Johnston and Beauregard both knew the situation was actually hopeless. After the meeting, the two generals met and decided Davis needed to come to grips with the reality. The next day, they made their case that the army must be surrendered. Davis reluctantly agreed to allow Johnston to seek peace terms with the looming Federal Army. However, Davis wanted to be sure he stayed out of harm's way and planned his escape farther south. Later, he had a change of heart and instructed Johnston to prepare the army to fight a bloody guerrilla warfare. Johnston refused the orders and continued toward Sherman seeking peace. That peace was eventually met on April 26, 1865, near Durham, North Carolina. The peace accords resulted in the largest surrender of the war, as Johnston signed surrender terms for nearly 90,000 men spread across the South. The war was finally over. In the first week of May, he returned here to this square to address the remaining soldiers and civilians before going home. To proceed to our final stop, proceed back down Elm Street in the way that you came and turn left on Washington Street to return to Blandwood Mansion.